Stock of the day, I thought we'd take a look at Atlas. Shares hitting a 27-month high. We're talking about everyone panicking in the markets at the moment after IFM Global has acquired a 15% stake in Atlas Arteria. This is the big infrastructure sort of road toll business. Valued at around $1 billion, IFM indicating it wants some nitty-gritty information about Atlas to assess whether it can submit a non-binding indicative proposal to buy the rest of the company out. Remember, Sydney Airport got bought out by super funds not long ago. They seem to be on the hunt for reliable and boring, and Atlas Arterial is that.
The list
Dawesy
is getting very skinny in our market for good infrastructure businesses.
Yeah.
The last one, and correct me if I'm wrong, was APA.
Yes.
Then you got Cleanaway, which is the bingo's already gone, so you got Cleanaway. You don't have much else. We've already gone through all of our electricity infrastructure grid businesses. So the list is definitely getting very, very skinny. I think this one, I like this way, the way that they're doing this is that they've taken a stake in the business instead of the Brambles and what was the other company that the other day where they basically lobbed a bid in there, all of a sudden the stock rallied, everybody got out that they needed to get out, and then the next day they turned around and said, sorry, that wasn't correct and we're not going to go ahead with
private
that
equity blokes in Brambles said, we didn't expect you to tell the market.
Right.
Well,
and there was Appen as well, wasn't there? Appen.
Yes, that was the other one, Appen.
We've got continuous disclosure.
Right.
So
these guys have got a 15% stake. They're putting their money where their mouth is, and that's probably why the share price is staying elevated, is because they've bought the stake, it's in there, they've crossed it up, it's done, and now they're looking for some nitty-gritty or looking for some more details. So Atlas Arteria is a fantastic business, got road tolls in America, France, and does quite well. Transurban catching a little bit of a bid on the back of this one as well. I don't know if Transurban would be taken out, but it needs some deep pockets there as well.
That's a lot bigger, isn't it?
A lot bigger. But yeah, it's fantastic for our infrastructure because obviously it's class tier A assets that these guys want. I don't know, what else is there more to say about it?
Well, okay, let me ask. If you're already a shareholder, do you hold, or do you get out at this level in case it doesn't go through, and would you put new money into it?
So if you're using the Henry Jennings model, Henry Jennings has always said, take a little bit out now because the market's really high, and usually it takes 3 to 6 months for these bids, or these things to go through, and the market gets a little bit bored and it starts to sell off.
As a short attention
and then you
span.
can potentially buy some in a little bit to sort of
so
hedge your
take
bets.
profits.
The other option is there going to be another bidder that's going to come in onto this one, and then generally you'd wait to the 11th hour before you decide what to do. So I'm going to go with the Henry Jennings model on this one, and that is to take a little bit here. I'm feeling quite comfortable because of that stake, and then they're going to potentially look. So it might be further down the track,
enough.
but I take a little bit here.
Michael?
Yeah, so Atlas is actually one we bought probably a couple of weeks ago. One of the few things that's actually done
Oh,
right
you
recently.
smarty.
No, there was a good note. I'll give credit where credit's due. I think it was Credit Suisse, or maybe I might be giving credit to the wrong brokerage house, but they gave a great update on Atlas compared to Transurban, and effectively Transurban only can sort of capture 33% of CPI increases between 0 and 4%, and then it goes up to 60% above 4%. They can sort of bring in and increase their toll fees by. Atlas, on the other hand, in their France toll roads, which is the majority of their portfolio, basically captures 70% of any CPI figure, 0 to whatever. So they get the benefits of inflation a lot greater than Transurban, so that got us thinking a little bit. And really, in this environment, there's not many businesses that can see a direct flow through to earnings from increased inflation, and Atlas was one that ticked the box. Don't get me wrong, we don't have every client in there, but there was certainly some. At this stage, we're tempted to just sit and hold on it. I don't think you can look at every acquisition target the same way. I think the quality of the infrastructure assets, the demand that's out there at the moment for these types of assets in an uncertain environment is very, very robust. So, yeah, we'll happily go with the Henry Jennings model. If you want to take a little bit off, we're happy to hold the whole thing for some people, but certainly it's discussions you have on a case-by-case basis, and some clients would happily pocket that quick sort of 15-20% that they've gained and keep the rest to running.
In a market like this.
In a market like this, there's not much.
I had some Sydney Airport in my little super fund, and you know, when that comes through, you go, oh, beautiful.
Yeah, that was really good. Yeah. I really miss Sydney airports. I really miss it. It was a fantastic business.
Did you get into Auckland?
No.
Is Auckland as good?
No, I think it's too expensive.
No,
we have Auckland as well, but for a similar
It
thematic.
owns the
It's an
land.
infrastructure, pretty sort of stable infrastructure asset. It's a bit of a recovery path coming through with the international travel, and they own the land. But you're right, Adam, there's not much good quality infrastructure left. I mean, APA we discussed a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
We discussed how that was a potential acquisition
Even
target.
Infratil's still out there, but it's a
Yeah.
bit different, isn't it? It's a fund of...
Yeah, that's right.
And it
And
got
it's like
lots
a
and lots and
private
lots.
equity,
People take business over when it's nice and clean.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
it's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
Tabcorp's.
okay.
It's now separated itself out to make it itself nice and clean. And
Yep.
yeah,
Okay.
that's what